My parents always called me a flower child, and I always thought it was because I idolized Janis Joplin and knew just about every song the Beatles released at the age of 9. It wasn't until I got older that I realized what their reference stood for and just how much I felt honored by their accusations. They were comparing me to the group of people who valued spreading happiness and love, which was something I valued greatly. It's a value that I plan to implement into my life every day through the choices I've made and the ones I'll make in the future. Happiness is something that everyone experiences at some point or another, and it's something that will never run out. You can't be out of stock in happiness, and you can't be placed on back order because Amazon.com ran out. It's something that's never ending and never growing, so you can always have the ability to share it. The idea of viewing happiness as a type of philanthropy is something I implement into my life every day and will continue through my chosen career path in the nonprofit sector. I believe happiness never decreases from being shared. Through what I learned in high school, to what I'm doing in college, and what I'm doing in my future, I'm confident I'll carry the spirit of a flower child with me for a long time to come. It was during my service learning course in high school that I truly realized my love for philanthropy and the wealth of happiness that we see every single day. During this course, I was given the opportunity to discover over 60 local nonprofits while making a lasting connection with an organization called Magnified Giving. I had two teachers, Mark Soder and Allison Trentinelli, who kind of guided me towards this idea of philanthropy and this idea of a philanthropy program. And they gave me a challenge to start it my senior year of high school, and it was definitely a decision that I don't regret taking. It was a great opportunity, and I believe that that's why I have such a love for philanthropy today. Mark and Allison challenged me with this philanthropic project to discover local agencies, and their wealth of happiness and knowledge is one that still inspires me today. The organization that kind of started this philanthropic program is called Magnified Giving, and Magnified Giving is a nonprofit that strives to teach their students that philanthropy can come in many shapes and sizes, and is not only the investment of one's treasure, but also their time and talent. Magnified Giving was founded by a man named Roger Grine, and basically they give high school programs a grant of $1,000 or more to award to a nonprofit of their choice, and it kind of puts the money in the students' hands and encourages them to do their own discovering and figure out what they're passionate about in terms of philanthropy. So through Magnified Giving, I was offered an internship after my freshman year of college, which is when I truly realized that I wanted to pursue a career in the nonprofit sector. So in my life right now, I've implemented philanthropy and service work into my routine in a variety of ways. I'm still interning for Magnified Giving, and I'm helping them to launch their alumni association. In addition to that, I'm also serving as the Vice President of Philanthropy for Student Alumni Board, and through that I get to plan a lot of large-scale philanthropic and service events on campus that benefit local Athens organizations that help the community here. And also, I'm serving as the Director of Recruitment and Campus Relations for Bobcat-thon, which is an organization that's planning Ohio University's first dance marathon, and all those proceeds will go to Ronald McDonald House of Central Ohio. So I am trying to implement it into my life in a variety of ways, and I'm trying to find the bright light in every day where I can share that happiness. So these experiences are kind of fueling the value of sharing happiness, and the skills I learned through them will help me to succeed in sharing happiness for the rest of my life. So I hope to use those who came before me as role models in a career that is yet to be determined, and I'm hoping to do that in a variety of ways. So Mark and Allison, Roger Grine, Magnified Giving, the students I work with through Student Alumni Board, they're kind of pushing me towards the philanthropic path in the nonprofit sector and how I can use my skills to better a nonprofit and to not only better them from an administrative purpose, but to pursue a higher education through a master's in public administration so I can help them to kind of solve the problem that their mission identifies with. Another option that I've been playing around with is pursuing a career in higher education. Part of philanthropy that I love is sharing that happiness, but also sharing the knowledge of how to be a philanthropist and how to work service into your everyday life. And through higher education, I think you have an option to do that with the students that you serve through your role. People always say that people who work in nonprofits are working to put themselves out of a job, but I say in reality we're just really working to spread that happiness. So I plan on using my past and current experiences to fuel my passion for spreading that happiness, and This is why I believe happiness never decreases from being shared. So every now and then, when I get caught up in all my tasks and the work I have to do, I think back to the little girl who blushed when her mom called her a flower child. And if nothing else, I know that if I work hard every day, I'll make that little girl proud. And in a lot of ways, that still means that happiness is being shared.